What's up, everybody? It's Zach Chevrolet here with Philly Sports Network. We've got a little halftime live show going on today, live at a Franklin's Pub in East Falls in Philly. I'm here, of course, with AB, Aaron Bell, Justin Crosby. We got Sean Bernard right down at the end there. Not the way that we wanted to see this game going at halftime. You know, game's not over till you hear that last whistle, but it's not starting out super great so far. So, I guess, AB, let's start with you. What'd you really notice in that first half? What's going on?
Yeah, man. Where do I start? Seriously. Initially, we all know they came out with a lot of jitters, a lot of hype, a lot of energy that was going on when it comes to that. So that was expected. Things started to settle down. Joel Embiid started to really roll. To me, though, it was like it's a bit lopsided to me. I'm just gonna be honest. It's a bit lopsided to me. I feel like it's 4 superstars on the floor, but it's only 3 of them that they're paying attention to. James Harden is literally, I'm not sure why, but they aren't. And I'm not sitting there saying they got to call a foul every time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like he's not getting the treatment of a superstar like he needs to. Like at one point he was like 1 for like 15 or something like that. It was like come on now. James Harden is not that bad at basketball. So to me, I just feel like the refs are definitely playing a part in this, calling it one way when it comes to this game so far.
Well, you watch early on, and James Harden's working his way to the hole a lot. He's not getting those calls, like you said, for whatever reason. It is what it is. Hopefully that changes in the second half. You know, he's 15 right now. He shot 2 free throws, you know, compared to Joel Embiid's 19. I mean, you know, just what is there a way that he can go about maybe drawing some more contact in the future, or what's he got to focus on in the second half?
I think the second half, James Harden has to focus on, I think he had the early jitters. I think he needs to focus on not necessarily trying to create contact and get free throws, but you know, take on that contact and really focus on finishing at the rim instead of trying to get the free throws.
Yes.
Also, I think Harden, he needs to be more aggressive. Although he's missing shots, I think he needs to be a little bit more aggressive because I see he's passing out a couple drives and stuff like that because he was shooting bad. No, we need you to be aggressive in order for this team to try to come back and get a victory.
Shoot 40 times. I don't care. Just shoot. I don't care. Shoot the ball.
Just shooting as a whole. I mean, 27.1% from the field. They have 4 made 3-pointers versus the Nets 11. That's just simply not to get it done in a game against them. And I mean, when you think about, like, the Nets definitely showed up for this game as the underdog mentality versus the Sixers. You can see the jitters. They just got to fight back inch by inch and find a way to climb back into this one. But not a lot of hope overall. Not a great half. Wash it away and do your best to give this a fresh restart.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at the other side, you know, you look at the Brooklyn Nets, you look at Kevin Durant. I mean, 18 points early on, 7 to 9. I mean, how do you stop him? You know?
You can't.
Yeah.
KD is just that good, but I think ultimately, I feel like we said, just like everybody jump at the pump fakes. The Nets came into this game with more energy and here to make a statement, and they punched the Sixers in the mouth, and they haven't been able to respond. Seems like everybody's just scared right now. But I mean, Kyrie's playing well, KD's playing well. You got to shut one of them down or whatever, double. Also, surprisingly, not surprisingly, but Seth Curry's playing really well tonight.
He's definitely upset. He's definitely upset he got traded. He's playing like he's upset he got traded for sure.
Well, you know, he's looking like that, you know, Doc, you know, Daddy, why'd you do it?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's difficult. You know, he's 6 for 9 from the floor. There's a lot of not guarding Seth Curry, which is like, you played with the guy for 2 years. How are you not going to guard Seth Curry on the perimeter? And part of it's having Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving on that team too. But it looks like it's a mental lacking for the Sixers. You know, Kevin Durant, he's going to get his. Kyrie Irving, he's going to get his. So you got to make sure that you're making tight rotations. You're going to make sure you're closing out on shooters. Stop falling for that pump fake.
Yep.
All right? There's too much going for the pump fake early on in that first half. Let's see if it changes in the second.
Yeah, I mean, we just got a Tobias Harris 3 coming in live, so maybe the tides are turning. That can't be a bad sign compared to what we've seen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if we can rely on Tobias Harris, but let's hope, you know.
Look,
that's what I'm saying. You can't rely on Tobias Harris.
Over Tobias heading tying his shoes.
Look,
Oh, we got a Ben Simmons smirk. We got a Ben Simmons smirk after that 3 by KD.
I'll tell you this much, though. I'm going to say this. I understand this was a big game. Obviously, the turn of Ben Simmons and everything like that. I do want to say this. I don't want people to just like overreact to what's going on right now. We should understand who KD is and who Kyrie is. They're going to do what they're going to do.
Right.
But at the same time, like, this still is a regular season. It's not like we're going to fall out of contention for the playoffs if we lose this game or anything like that. And it's a learning experience. We only been playing together. James Harden and Joel Embiid only been playing together, 5 games essentially like that.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we shouldn't overreact, but it's definitely looks bad as we watch this game throughout this night for sure, though. You can tell who's been together longer than who. And then the role players, like you said, Seth Curry hitting some unbelievable shots tonight as well.
Bruce Brown cutting.
Yeah, it's like they're playing expired basketball. This is their quote unquote championship game, essentially. Like they wanted to come out here and really put their imprint on the game and really show that they're the team to beat essentially against the team. I mean, I guess the bright spot is that I always knew was they have no answer for Joel Embiid.
Yep.
Like he's still. That's why I said.
Even with Andre Drummond, who they were like, we need Drummond, and all national media, Nets fandom, they got Drummond to stop Embiid. At no point in either of their careers has Andre Drummond stopped
Ever.
Joel Embiid.
Ever. I mean, you know what Joel Embiid said.
Yeah.
I own a lot of real estate up in that man's head for sure. For sure.
So we'll see where the game goes from here. It's still not looking overly sharp, but things can change. Like you said, it really doesn't matter all that much. And when we talk about the games that do matter when we get to the postseason, the Brooklyn Nets are going to change too. You talked about how James Harden and Joel Embiid, this is their 6th game together.
Okay.
They're just going to have more time together, more time with the role players to build that team chemistry. What we got to think about too is that Ben Simmons isn't playing yet. And now I'm not suggesting that they are a worse team with Ben Simmons from the Nets. But what I will absolutely say is that this spacing is going to look a lot different come the postseason.
Yeah.
Gus and I were talking about that before the game.
Right.
It's going to be a completely different team. Philadelphia saw what spacing looks like with Ben Simmons in the lineup last year, okay? We saw what he looked like. You've got a guy who's going to take 5 shots over multiple games in the 4th quarter, and that's it? Like, he averaged less than a shot, I think, in the 4th quarter for that series against the Hawks.
Right.
Like, it's going to change. This does not signify what a matchup in the playoffs would look like between these two teams.
And this is a win that pulls the Nets above 500 on the season.
Yes.
The Nets are scrapping for their lives to even get into the show right now. So
Correct.
they are playing some inspired basketball. They are trying to turn the tables, but these are two teams in very different, I guess, mindsets for how they're looking into the end of this season.
Ultimately, it's still been a disappointing first half. So hopefully they can pick it up going into the 3rd and into the 4th. Key number here is 10. The Sixers can get it down to 10 points going into the 4th quarter. They have a chance.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see a lot more people get involved as well. I didn't see enough of Maxey going on in this game, and as the 3rd quarter has started. I want to see a little more putting him in space, getting him running, getting him downhill, getting him going to the cup. And then, like I said, also just getting those, like Niang, getting him spot up threes in the corner, play like we play.
Yeah.
You could tell also that the Sixers made an effort that Joel Embiid and James Harden was going to get the bulk of the shots and everything early on. But this second half, I want to see it back to what we do. Like right now, how James Harden just passed to Joel Embiid. He missed it, but that's what we do. Let's pass this ball. Let's get assists. Let's get threes, and let's get going.
And Maxey only has 4 points on the game, 2 of 5 from the field. That's simply not enough for a guy that's blossoming into the 3rd star of the team. And to continue being that offensive weapon that we're relying on, there just has to be more. Go get yours. Let's see it happen. He's been doing it. I would love to see it.
I agree.
Ben is so excited. I just saw his face. He is so excited.
Yeah, this game has definitely been different. Definitely been. It was exciting early. Obviously, leading up to this game, we were excited. We were ready to go. But definitely it's been a little bit disappointing. But as this second half go, I like to see us get things moving like right now. as Joel Embiid hits the three. Let's get more of that. Let's get the ball moving, get it moving around the perimeter, get them moving, get them scrambling. Don't let their defense just stand there and be able to just set up and defend us. That was the old team that we had. Just dump it down to Joel Embiid and let him go. No, let's move this ball. Let's keep going and let's go get this win. It's still within hand. We came back for 20 before.
It is. It really is. You know, and the way this NBA season's gone, like honestly, a 20-point lead doesn't mean anything anymore. You know, we've seen this not just the Sixers who have blown 20-point leads. You know, we've seen teams come back from being down like this before. As Tobias Harris is the three right there, gaining that ground back. You know, so
little by little.
Stops, man.
Little by little. Little by little.
One more thing on, since you mentioned Ben Simmons having the time of his life right now. I just wonder how good a time he's going to have once he actually plays the Sixers and they send him to the line for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Like the second he does that, you imagine him at the line in Philly in a playoff series. So he can have as great a time as he wants tonight. Win or lose, you know, it's just a regular season game. Things are going to be a lot different.
I'll tell you this much. This is all about, for the Nets, this is all about Ben Simmons. That's all it is. They wanted to, don't get me wrong, they wanted to show and show that they're the class of the East, even though their record doesn't say it.
Yeah.
But you could tell they definitely wanted to come out here and play a bit for Simmons. Basically get that proverbial monkey off his back and get him calmed down. So when we do play them, because I do believe we're going to see them in the playoffs, that he's ready. But like you said, once he's on that floor, it's a whole different ball game. It's easy to root and cheer for your team on the sideline and wear your jewelry and your fancy clothes and everything like that. But when you're on that floor and you actually got to defend someone to actually score, it's a different story. So I look forward to this season down the stretch for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, up to a 25-point lead right now. Not looking great.
Yeah.
Not looking great, but you know what?
My prediction, look, people leaving the pub. See, they done had enough.
Yeah. As we got people leaving Franklin, you can't really blame them. You know, it's like, it is what it is. You know, not really about tonight really anymore. Again, they can still come back, but, you know, it's let's try and just, you know, I hate to say, you know, it's not even in my vocabulary, you know, what do they call it? You know,
I know what you're saying.
Right, like, come on, you
Jesus
know.
Christ.
Like the
moral victory. There we go. Moral victory.
Not even in our mouths, you know, the moral victory, you know. But let's get Harden right, you know. Let's get some respect, you know, back on his name with the officials.
Yeah.
Let's get Maxey, you know, getting hot a little bit again. Let's get the role players involved, like AB said earlier, you know. Just let's focus on getting this back to the well-oiled machine that it's been since James Harden was traded here.
They definitely. This isn't a game. I don't think this isn't a game that you just throw away. This definitely a game that they can look at later on and watch the tape and see where they went wrong. Because at the same time, the offense has not looked how it's looked in previous games. The ball has been sticking a lot. Sticking a lot tonight, which we weren't privy to that these last couple games. Again, like I said, it's still time left, but I mean, it doesn't look the best, and it's all right. Again, the Sixers definitely still going to be in the playoffs. They definitely still going to be in contention, and they definitely still going to be a force to be reckoned with, essentially. Because again, this is a new team. People got to remember that the trade deadline week was only a couple weeks ago. People you got to remember that. So it's definitely a time where by the time we get to the playoffs, it's definitely we're going to be rolling and be ready to go for sure.
You know it.
So. Anything else?
No, you know, I think we kind of wrapped it up for now. You know, it's just.
Yeah, I wish the spirits were higher, but.
I wish we could run around and scream and holler for sure.
Hopefully, after the game, we'll have better spirits.
Yeah, you know, it's. Maybe
I'm gonna have a few spirits.
We'll see. But thank you all for checking us out. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Again, Zach Chavalella, Philly Sports Network. Follow us all on Twitter at Zach Chavo NBA.
At only. Oh Lord, go! I forgot.
You need that double underscore with his tweet.
I know it messes me up.
There's some nice lady out there who's not too happy.
Only one _ AB on Twitter, and also my OpenGym Podcast on YouTube.
And we'll work for Sneaks on Twitter and Instagram. And also the Baseline Scoop.
Oh yeah, you know it.
On Twitter, Sixers Podcast.
And I'm at Sean _Bernard1 on Twitter, and also have the Picks Swap podcast as well for Sixers comments.
Awesome. Well, thank you folks again so much. We appreciate it. Y'all have a better night. We'll see what happens going into the fourth year. But thanks so much for watching, folks.
Yes, sir.